What's up, y'all? It's VZ. We back with another video. Like I said, like I told you in other videos, I'm just getting into this politics shit. I'm not sure what's going on. I kind of know who's running, but I came across this Kennedy family brushes off RFK Jr.'s campaign as they endorse Biden. Isn't that aren't they family? They're supporting Biden? What is really going on? I'm totally confused what's going on. Like, I'm really interested in this president shit coming up, so I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to learn. I was like, I might as well do reactions to it. So we're about to figure out what the hell is going on.
That's right. The Kennedy family endorses Joe Biden for president.
Wow.
When Daddy announced his bid for the presidency in 1968, he talked about the perilous course our country would take under the wrong leadership. And he said, I feel obliged to do all that I can. I cannot stand aside. We are here because we feel obliged to do all that we can. We cannot stand aside. In this election, no American can stand aside. We must vote.
We really every vote
In 2024, there are only two candidates with any chance of winning the presidency.
Who's that?
We know them well. 4 years ago, our country was crippled by COVID, chaos, and the effects of unprincipled leadership. 4 years later,
Baby, take your time. Take your time.
Thanks to Joe Biden, we are enjoying an unprecedented economic expansion with more people working than at any time in our history. Over 15 million new jobs have been created, almost 800,000 manufacturing jobs. Thank you, Joe Biden.
I'm not sure what the freak is going on in the world, but all I know is gas prices up. House prices is up. You know what I'm saying? Food is expensive. What are we really doing? What are we celebrating again? Just nothing towards Biden, nothing towards this lady right here. But I'm just confused with what's going on. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. Y'all let me know down in the comment section, please.
Wages are up. Inflation caused by once-in-a-generation pandemic is coming down. Thank you, Joe Biden. He's made vast investments in historically black colleges and universities to create more access to opportunity. He has appointed more black women to circuit courts than every other president combined.
He has? I didn't know that. Thank you. Honestly, I'm really not being fake. I really didn't know that.
Ketanji Brown Jackson on the Supreme Court. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Can't argue with that. I don't know who to vote with.
He rebuilt the refugee program that was decimated by his predecessor and brought together a coalition of world leaders to stop Russian aggression in Ukraine. Thank you, Joe Biden. We're standing here in the Martin Luther King Recreation Center for Children as family members who lost our father. Let us not forget that President Biden has always advocated for the rights of people to live, to play, and to go to school in communities free of gun violence. He signed the most significant bipartisan gun safety legislation in 30 years. Thank you, Joe Biden.
That's true. Thank you, Joe Biden. I can't say nothing. Nyla, why are you meowing?
As Donald Trump proudly brags about overturning Roe v. Wade, rolling back the clock 50 years to when women couldn't make our own health care decisions, President Biden is fighting to get our freedoms back. Thank you, Joe Biden.
I mean, I can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this all is true, which I'm not doubting is not true, I don't blame them for turning on they family member and going with the right president to make the world a better place. Facts.
This is only
Right now,
part of the very long list of freedoms and rights that President Biden is protecting during a period of constant assault. Make no mistake, all these rights and freedoms are on the ballot in November. Donald Trump is running to take us backwards, attacking the most basic rights and freedoms that are at the core of who we are as Americans. He said he will be a dictator on day one, even saying he wants to suspend the Constitution so he can go after his enemies, after his critics, after the press. He is running to use his power to punish his enemies, silence his opponents, and incite more chaos, division, and political violence with his extreme agenda. He is the most anti-democratic president in American history. President Trump spews dangerous conspiracy theories on climate change, vaccines, windmills, and voter fraud. He is pledging to repeal the Affordable Care Act and cut Social Security and Medicare, ripping away health care and earned benefits for millions of Americans who
I love how they go ham on each other, bro. How they just tell they tell the supporters like why you should not vote for them, you should vote for me. It's like diss tracks in politics. Like, it's amazing.
Lie on them in their retirement. I can only imagine how Donald Trump's outrageous lies and behavior would have horrified my father, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who proudly served as the Attorney General of the United States and honored his pledge to uphold the law and protect the country. Daddy stood for equal justice, for human rights, and freedom from want and fear, just as President Biden does today. Donald Trump mocks these values just as he mocks our system of laws. He predicted a bloodbath if he loses the election. We cannot afford to ignore his
Did he really? Wait, did he really, y'all? Donald Trump said, like, it's going to be a bloodbath if we lose the election? He's not playing. He might be right, man. He might be right.
Donald Trump mocks these values just as he mocks our system of laws. He predicted a bloodbath if he loses the election.
Wow.
We cannot afford to ignore his warning.
Facts, though, I mean.
We can say today with no less urgency that our rights and freedoms are once again in peril. This is why we all need to come together in a campaign that should unite not only Democrats but all Americans, including Republicans and independents who believe in what Lincoln called the better angels of our nature. A vote for Joe Biden is a vote for our democracy and our decency. It is a vote for what my father called, in his own presidential announcement in 1968, our right to the moral leadership of this planet. As President Biden remembers, when Dr. King died, Daddy addressed a crowd organized by John Lewis in the largest black community in Indianapolis. And on that terrible night, he said, "What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence or lawlessness, but love and wisdom and compassion toward one another and a feeling of justice towards those who still suffer in this country, whether they be black or they be white."
Or
Joe
Mexican,
Biden's every decision is informed by his love, his wisdom, and his compassion towards those who suffer. That is why we are so happy today to pledge our unwavering support to President Joe Biden and President Kamala Harris. God bless all of you. God bless America. And please welcome President Joe Biden.
Impressive kiss.
Please have a seat
Have a seat.
if you have one. Mom and Dad, I hope you were listening. What an incredible honor. What an incredible honor. I don't want to become emotional, but what an incredible honor to have the support of the Kennedy family. John White Jr., thanks for those kind words and for carrying on your family's civil rights legacy. And so is your son, Kalen, who's doing a hell of a job on our campaign. He's helping us win Pennsylvania. Jerry, that was the most meaningful introduction I've ever gotten in my life. Other than when my sister introduced me.
You're listening there to President Joe Biden thanking the Kennedy family for their endorsement. And Boris, what is important to note in this moment is often in politics, in elections, endorsements are fine, but they don't really do much. Yeah. But in this case, because of the broader picture, which is the fact that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is running as a third-party candidate, that as of today he's now on the ballot in Utah and Michigan, and that he is eating away and threatens to eat away at a key part of the Biden coalition, which is young voters. And so to see the larger Kennedy family not just saying we don't support our brother, our cousin, whatever he is in relation to them, but to see them saying we full-throatedly endorse Joe Biden is interesting, and it does create quite a contrast for a lot of people, again, especially younger voters who maybe aren't familiar with the entire picture.
Right. Yeah, it's as much an endorsement of Joe Biden as it is a rejection of RFK Jr. And we heard from his sister there a moment ago, Kerry Kennedy, describing Joe Biden as my hero, comparing his efforts in politics to that of her father's in the 1960s. She said that Joe Biden is always running into the flames so that we don't have to. She had this repeated refrain in her speech saying, thank you, Joe Biden, for a number of different things, saying that essentially Americans can't stand by in this election. They have to support Joe Biden because he stands for democracy. The president was obviously moved by it. He described it as an honor. He said it was the most meaningful introduction that he's gotten in his life aside from his sister.
There we have it. Let's read these comments and then we'll go from here. RFK Jr. is saving money on family Christmas presents this year. That is hilarious. Oh my God. I saw your father announcement for campaign. Senator RFK, the younger brother of... Okay, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, the younger brother of President John F. Kennedy, left a profound, enduring legacy. Here are some key aspects. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. It's okay. Never vote for a dictator. Bow down Putin. What the fuck? Damn, wonder what it feels like to have your family not support you. Yeah. So what did he do? Did he? Are they just not agreeing on his ways? Like, why are they not voting for him? Why are they voting for Biden? Y'all let me know in the comment section, y'all. That's interesting. That is so interesting, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going to the politics stuff. I was never into it, but I kind of like it, y'all. But if you like the video, like the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, y'all. I got more reactions to do, so I'm gonna let y'all be, man. I love y'all. Peace and love, baby. And we out.